Yerp, what is up everybody? Freaking welcome back, and I hope everyone's doing fantastic today. It's gonna be an amazing day as we're seeing tons and tons and tons of touristy stuff and attractions and just literally everything that we could find along Highway 1. I've got a feeling that this is gonna be one of the best vlogs of my cross-country road trip. You're gonna want to stay tuned because we're going all day today from literally 6 a.m. to frickin' 12 a.m. midnight. We're just going out to see all these crazy must-see destinations. Let's go. What the heck? I got a bunch of seats, kind of a podium style once again. And this is Fisherman's Memorial Sanctuary. Basically, all the fishermen that were lost on the coastline, this part of Oregon, this is a memorial to them. Dedicated in loving memory of the Lincoln County-based fishermen lost at sea since 1900. Yeah, that's awesome that they do this. Got a whole memorial. That's cool. So we're just going to look around, see everything today, see whatever we find. Should be a fun day. Just look at the top two, all these lights, the skylights, and whatever you call that one in the middle. What is this about? An architectural masterpiece. I love that. It's awesome looking. That right there is the Yakina Bay Lighthouse, which I don't think we could get right up to it, but we can see it from the distance. It's pretty neat. And then after this, after we look at the lighthouse, gonna have to go down this way, just keep looking around, see what we find. Currently we're at Yakina Bay State Park, and we're basically just going to be having a look around all day. After this we'll be hitting the mountains. I want to do some hiking and some overlooks and just tons and tons of stuff. So it's going to be a really long episode and a really good episode. You're not going to want to miss it. Active since 1874 to 1877. Wonder why it wasn't very active for that long. It's a short-lived lighthouse. Apparently we don't actually have that much to see. So this is the old lighthouse. That's what we already seen. And then picnic shelter, hike trail to the beach. So we'll go finish up the lighthouse, go to the beach, then head out to wherever else. This is where we're at right now. It's just information, history, and whatnot like that. Lighthouses of Oregon coast. Which ones have we been to? We've been to quite a bit of them, but I don't know. 1873 to present, so it's still active then. 18 Tillamook, I don't know. I don't know which ones we've been to. Yeah, I've been to that. We've seen that one about a week ago, 2 weeks ago maybe. Cape Argo, we've haven't seen that one, but I know where that is. Or no, we have. We've been there. We've been to the Cape Argo. Been to this one. Now we've seen this one, so 3 of them here. Cape Mears, we also seen that in the distance. What was that, 2 episodes ago? But you know, I'm not willing to pay $7 to visit, so didn't go right up to it, but we did see it from the distance. See, this is how you get to the lighthouse, but can't quite see it right now. It's not open. We could see it from the distance though. This is as close as we're getting. Alright, so what I say we do is we go down. That's an awesome view, by the way, but we go down this way. See, that's the Yakina Bay Bridge, and I gotta say, Oregon has some interesting bridges, because usually on our cross countries and traveling in general, we don't see too many bridges. We don't really look at them, but in this state is quite surprising. This and Cali, those are the only two states where we've really bothered looking at bridges like that. That's the bay going right off to the ocean. We're making our way down to Yakina Beach right now, and then after this we will head off to our next objective today, because this is just about it at the Yakina State Park is what we're seeing right now. It's not too big of a state park, but it's right outside of a city, so that kind of makes it where it has a lot of tourism in general. That's why I go early in the morning like today. This is Yakina Beach. So have a look around real quick. This is all sand dunes. That's why it's all wavy like this. Which I thought we passed all the sand dunes at that last one we seen, but apparently not. We made it from the rugged sand dunes to the flat beach, which that's a good way to see how far the waves come out. It's just where it's smooth. You could see from last night when the high tide was around where the waves have come up to, based on the fact that over there it's not so smooth and you got the footprints and whatnot, and then on this side there's nothing, no footprints. Not too many people have been out this morning just because it's 6:30 a.m. So we're probably one of the first at this state park today. I know I mentioned this before, but it's always so fun to just see how far this beach goes. You literally cannot see the end of it. We're getting there. We gotta make it. We're going up this way. One thing about traveling is if you go a different way than you came, like for instance, when we arrived at the beach, we were 2 miles down this way. Now we're going up this completely different trail that I have never taken and am unfamiliar with, which means I don't know where I parked the Suzuki. It's on the side of the State Park Road, and it's in a parking spot, but who knows where. We might be searching for a little bit. So many stairs. I feel like this is just gonna be the whole video, going up a bunch of stairs. They never end. We'll make it. That makes it easy. I thought I was gonna have to search for the Suzuki because we came in on a different route way over there. We got it. That's what we're gonna do right now, the Mike Miller hike. We'll stay on the trail. All right, got it. Please not pick up the flowers and berries. Got that. Please help keep this area free from litter. Definitely got that one. The trail is closed during storms and no high wind or storms, so I think we're good to go. So where does this trail begin? Right here. So that's where we're at. We're going to go all the way up. We got the pond. Okay, I like ponds. Got a bridge. I want to cross the bridge, and then something out there, parking area maybe. Boom, all the way down. The old growth. I want to see that too. Looks like a fun trail. And this is the train tracks. Could even see the train tracks if we want, right? We're seeing the train. Yes, we're beside the train tracks. Let's do it. No trail guides. We're out. Stop 3. I don't know what this means. What is the significance of this spot? Stop number 4. Okay, I could see how this is a worthwhile stop. Look at all that awesome moss growing on this. Whoa! Just can't believe your eyes. How could we even process that this is on our planet? We're not on Mars. What? Mossy Tree, whoa. Craziest thing I've ever seen in Oregon. Alright, that's actually kind of awesome though. Look how that tree. So, looks like a normal tree from down below. And then once you get up top, there's that huge notch and there's all those branches just sprouting out of it. We're at the halfway point. And I do approve. Look at the size of that tree trunk. It's not quite as large as the redwoods we've seen. That's a pretty big trunk. Alright. Don't take that out of context. Stop number 7. Giant tree trunk. Yeah. Stop number 8. This is a piece of wood that has been chewed up. It looks like somebody's just been eating this away over time. Let's go. Another bridge. Oh my gosh, this is so overgrown. Alright, see, this is what I'm walking on right now. Oh my gosh, my foot, it sinks. I'm sinking. I'm sinking down. It's a nice pond though. Probably got some crawfish in here, some minnows, and all kinds of fishies. We're at the end, parking lot to the right. Oh, what? This isn't where we parked? Damn, where's the Suzuki? I think it's down, yeah, it's down. Okay, so I recognize that motorhome. So right around this bend, that's where we began. See, that's where we were earlier this morning, was over at Yakina Bay State Park. We're now on the adjacent side, which is Yakina Bay Beach. We're going up the sand dunes right now. You see, I'm trying to get to a jetty. You see, that's the jetty right there. That's South Jetty. That's as far as I'm going, although I do want to hike along this. See the beach. I was thinking about hiking the beach, although we already did that today. So, you know what? There's some sand dune trails off this way. I say we go check those out. If you continue off this way, that would lead us to the jetty that we just looked at. This trail leads to this Suzuki. And then off this way is no man's land. Who knows where this goes? See, I gotta remember this so that I don't lose where I parked. 2 times today I've lost where I've parked, where I'll go on a hike or I'll go to that state park like we seen this morning, and I'll finish it and it was, you know, awesome. I got some awesome photos, videography, whatnot like that. And then I'll be like, where did I park? Because I came out a different way than I came in. I thought like that might happen this time because we're on some trail going who knows where, and I gotta begin putting a pinpoint on my map on Google Maps just so I know where I parked, so we're not sitting around for 30-40 minutes trying to find my Suzuki. I haven't done that yet, but I feel like one of these times I'm gonna end up in the wrong place and be like, man, where did I put my vehicle? Campground South Jetty day use. Okay, so we parked at South Jetty, not going to the campground. Actually, hold off on that. What's this about? Evacuation route for a tsunami. Dude, I want to see where that is. I'm gonna follow this evacuation route. We're just following the tsunami evacuation route. I'm legit curious, where do you think this is gonna end up? This was completely unplanned. I have no idea where I'm going right now. we're just gonna keep following the signs because I keep seeing signs that say tsunami evacuation route this way and that way. So I'm gonna keep taking those signs to see where we end up today. I've just been following these arrows. So far we've passed 13 of them. Oh, what the heck? Yo, we're in a cemetery. I just seen the trail on the side of this, on the side of the road. I was like, hey, I want to go up there, see what there is. And we got a cemetery. Such a small cemetery too. Is this a pet cemetery or a people cemetery? Let's read some of these. December, definitely people. December 1879 to 1881. That is so cool. This is just a old pioneer cemetery, 1861 to 1907. And this part, it's all fenced off. There's a bunch of them in this area too. Like this one looks a bit newer. You can't really read any of it. 1936, 1867. So it's all 1800s. This is an 1800s cemetery. Even on this side, there's a couple of them. 1924. So 1847, this is a shared one. And 1851 to 1924, 1929, 1924. And one last one. Couple of them on this side. Right there as well. It's awesome because this is an unmarked area. This is just a literal hill with a bunch of trees that's super unmaintained. If I lived here, this is where I'd be hanging out. This would be my spot. It's a bit, it has like an abandoned vibe to it with all these trees. It's all overgrown. I'm really curious if there's anything else as we continue up. All right, another grave. Oh my gosh, that feels amazing. The coastal winds, we could feel them. The coastline, yo, we hiked 5 miles. We parked way over there. We're 5 miles away from where we parked. I just checked my maps and what we're at is the South Beach Cemetery. And you know, I always like seeing these old pioneer cemeteries, so much history in them, such historical value. And we're just getting started today. It's only 12 o'clock, so we literally have all day to see stuff and just explore around. And we're outside of South Bay, right? Or Newport. We're outside of Newport right now, Oregon. And after this, we'll just continue on Highway 1, going towards Washington, just following the highway, seeing what we find. This is it. This is the high ground, you see? Pretty significant difference between down below and going up this way. Hey, damn, is that a stairs? Can you imagine going up that? Yo. What are we actually doing today? Look at. This is it. So if you had a tsunami, this is where you'd go. Want to read the information, see what this is about. Welcome to Safe Haven Hill. So it does have a name. You're at an evacuation elevation 85 feet. Yeah, that's not very reassuring. Oh my gosh, that's bright. I can't read this, it's too bright. So this is the volunteers and all that who built this place. Imagine you're standing here on Safe Haven Hill looking down on South Beach waterfront when all of a sudden the ground starts to shake. You duck under something sturdy, this sign for example, or a picnic table. Hold on and ride it out when the shaky finally stops. You look down to see people streaming from all directions. I thought that said screaming. Screaming from all directions towards this hill. As the closest high ground to many popular attractions in South Beach, Safe Haven Hill will serve as a life-saving role when the big one hits. Locals, including employees from OCU, local businesses and residents know that a tsunami will follow an earthquake on the coast and conduct regular drills to prepare. So this is a regular, this is something to be expected. That's all Newport. So all the residents, apparently if a tsunami happens, and from what I'm reading, it can happen, is to be expected that a big tsunami hits one of these days. Just imagine hanging out here and just seeing all of your houses and everything just get flooded and wiped away from a tsunami. That sounds absolutely terrifying. A matter of when, not if. Tsunami life cycle. Yeah, you got default, and then it comes, and the calm before the storm, and it wipes out everything. Sometimes it'll wipe out everything. Alright, so basically we know that if a tsunami occurs, which it probably won't while we're here, what is the chances? This is where we'll go. We'll just hit up this place. Otherwise, this is actually what I'd probably do, is I'd say, you know what, screw Newport, I'm driving away, we'll hit the mountains, just four-wheel it and get up into hills. But this is a good option too, you know what I'm saying? Goodbye. We're gonna go hiking. We're gonna go hiking. So now that's interesting, is that's all undeveloped land. That's just wilderness. I believe it's gonna stay that way because that's some type of wetlands. And the way we gotta go to hike back is up in those trees, up in that area, in those trees. That bridge in the distance, the evacuation spot at that hill, is right beside it, right over there. And we've been hiking, did a loop all the way over to this area. And I don't know exactly where this Suzuki is. I had it pinpointed on my map, but the pinpoint just disappeared. But it's somewhere within, from here over this way is where the Suzuki is parked, somewhere in that area. And this is where the trail ends and becomes sand. I recognize this. So that means the Suzuki is straight ahead of us if we keep walking this way. Alright, y'all, so this is Devil's Punch Bowl Arch. Just look at the waves, how powerful they get. We're in a windstorm right now, and this is the strongest wind I felt in the state of Oregon at the moment. Stabilizer's gonna be pushing around, the wind's gonna be crazy loud, so be prepared for that. But I wanna go out and see this overlook, Rodeo Overlook. Let's go see what's up with it. Yo. Dude, just look at the size of the waves too. These are the biggest waves I've ever seen. This is second to, well, this is first to freaking Eureka. right, so we got some history here. Let's check it out. So, oh my gosh, that's not even readable. I can't read that. What's the bridge's name? I swear I'll find a name. Rocky Creek Bridge. So this is Rocky Creek Bridge. That's what we just crossed into GoPro footage. Was this bridge? Just, dude, I love it. I love Oregon just because of all the architecture they have in the bridges. What is up with that? I don't think I've seen one lane bridge in Oregon. Maybe it's just on Highway 1 that it's... No, it's not on Highway 1 because when we were on the other side of Oregon, like the desert part when we left Idaho, if you remember that, those bridges were pretty crazy too. But yeah, it's just so awesome to see just how they built it, and they put so much such an emphasis on architecture that I don't know, I feel like a lot of modern bridges, they don't do it like this. Some of them do obviously, but a lot of the time it's more of functionality over form. It's an old bridge. Like I'm curious, 1919, how old do you think it is? I don't see anything about the age of it, but super cool bridge. I want to see an overlook. Where's the Hey, coming up this way. Dude, this is what would be insane. You couldn't even pay me money to live in a house like that. Do you know how much anxiety you would have, like living in a house on a cliff? Are you kidding me, man? Hell no, that's insanity. Yo, like I'm just waiting to show you guys how these waves are crashing against the rock, and then they're causing this ginormous mist. It's kind of difficult to show due to the shadow on the rock, but it's misting up. This is how you know the storm's coming. We got a storm coming right now. These humongous waves. I'm going to continue on Highway 1. I don't know how far we're getting today, although I think the next objective is to find a camping spot, find somewhere to camp today. Right now we're outside of Lincoln City. We left Newport and we're just going to be following along Highway 1. So I have a lot planned for Washington and the rest of frickin' Oregon, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. I have some updates I need to give you guys information on pertaining to the Suzuki. Then after this, from this campsite that we're at, I'm going to hike that trail. I found there's always a hiking trail at these campgrounds, it seems like, and we always, you already know it, when we see a hiking trail, we got to take that hiking trail and go on it. That's what we're going to do. But as I mentioned before, I had to go to Les Schwab to get a new rim for my Suzuki because I was speeding down an off-road trail and I hit this big bump, and I didn't think much of it before, you know, like not that big of a deal. Like my suspension's made for that type of stuff. It's like, it's kind of like a side-by-side suspension on the Suzuki. It's an aftermarket one. And but it turns out that the rim was damaged, and the damage on the rim was at a spot where you couldn't just bend it to fix it. So I needed a totally new rim. So they ended up changing it out. It was the right front tire that needed. So this tire needed, but then they ended up switching it, rotating it. So it came to this side, or excuse me, left front. So it was the left front driver's side, and they switched it to this side, except this isn't, this is the other rim. What they ended up doing is giving me this rim, look, which that rim looks pretty bad. You know, it looks awful. They put it on that side, and I took a look at it. I was like, I don't like this. I hate it. So I ended up going and saying, hey, how much would it cost to have you guys remove the rim from this one and then remove the tire from the rim, then switch it out with this one? You see, I couldn't just switch the tires because my spare tire is not the same tread. It's my old tire, which is still in pretty good condition. My new tread is these General Grabber off-road tires. So I was like, how much would it cost? They ended up saying like 50 bucks. And once they got done with it, they just said, you know what, you don't got to pay, you're good to go. So got that switched out. This is my new spare. It used to be one of these chrome or whatever tire thingies, rims, but not anymore. Now I just got to get my Max Tracks installed on them. Then we'll be good to go. Brand new rim. Let's go on a little hike. Let's see where this goes. And I don't know. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. This trail's getting crazy overgrown. Although this is most likely an old loggers road. You can see all of this is flattened out. It's just this overgrown road that's hasn't been used in decades. Sorry about that, buddy. It's gonna kick ass tomorrow. We're going to some awesome places and we just have so much planned. It's gonna be rad. I'm telling you that right now. It's gonna be a good day. And just this whole road trip, we got so much planned. It's gonna be bomb. Be sure to put a like, comment down below, subscribe. I appreciate you guys staying to the end.